How's it going, everybody? This is Craig Bush Rocks. Welcome to my channel. Well, it is Sunday. Whew, what a day. Today we're going to talk about some PlayStation 3 games. Before we get into that, I was just kind of going through my PlayStation 3 games with greatest hits and stuff like that. Going through and getting everything situated, stuff like that. And so I was like thinking, man, I wonder what my 10 PS3 games are for price-wise. Yeah, so yeah, I got that stack right there. And keep in mind, PlayStation 3, if you're going for collecting PS3, keep in mind it's not the most expensive console to go for. So I don't have like NBA Elite 11. I don't got no $25,000 and stuff like that. So maybe someday if I win the lottery, I'll get that. If I can find it. But one that's kind of elude me, which I'm trying to find, and I seen a couple online before I could jump on it. I couldn't get it. I got a couple people looking for this game for me, but it's Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. This is the greatest hits. I'm looking for the black label version of this game. I pretty much got all my greatest hits games covered for the day one copy. There's a few games on there that has like Walmart editions and stuff like that. I'll pick them up later on unless I can find it cheap, stuff like that. But going to the topic of my top 10 most expensive PS3 games. This is what I have. Now I use my CLZ Games app on my phone. I update it and stuff like that. I would go to Video Game Price Guide, but can't trust that half the time. These are just average prices and stuff like that. You can get these games sometimes cheaper if you shop around, right? That's what I've done with some of these games. I just shopped around. So just keep that in mind when you do it. So I have to go all the way down to my least most expensive. And all right, we'll start off with the first game in my PS3 collection for expensive games. It's kind of like an update video too, so I've done this before. I might do this again another 6 months and see if price changes are you know, what kind of price changes come around about it. We're going to start out with Tornado Outbreak. Now I think this went up in price a little bit from the last time. So I didn't pay I think I paid maybe 40-50 bucks. I got to go into some of my histories of stuff that I bought and see what I paid for this one. But still, this is still under 100 bucks. This is going for, on average, complete in box, $93.37. Tornado Outbreak for a complete in box copy. So I did not buy this online because it's got this code right here. So I got this over at Vidiots over in Grand Rapids. So I probably paid around 40-50 bucks for this if I remember correctly. But Tornado Outbreak, pretty sweet. So there's the first one out of the top 10. Awesome. Yeah, I think I played a little bit of this. I didn't get too far into it, but so far what I played of it, what I did, it seems alright. Next one is a sealed game. I didn't open this up because I bought the game on the PlayStation 3 store. I think I paid like $5 for this from one of my buddies, and that's Splatterhouse sealed. I bought this pre-COVID, I believe. So I bought this a long time ago. Price hasn't really gone up too much. This has gone up and gone down, gone up and gone down. By the looks of it, it's gone down a little bit for a sealed copy. Well, for a complete copy. This is a sealed copy, so I'm not sure what this one goes for, but pretty sweet. I like it. Splatterhouse is going for $94 even for a complete copy on average. Alright, so the next one, I know this one's gone down in price because this was up there. Sounds like this one's is kind of slightly going down because I don't know how much I pay for this one. I know I got on eBay. Let me open it up, make sure there's no codes on it. Looks like there's a GameStop sticker. Someone bought this for $62 at the time, and Springfield, Virginia. Wow, this receipt's from Springfield, Virginia. Someone paid. I'll show you what it is here in a second. That is Armored Core Verdict Day. Boy, when I was talking about doing my series collecting for PlayStation 3, people are telling me about this game being really expensive and it's gonna break the wallet. It was up there, and this one's gone down, and I believe it's gone down a little bit. This is at $99.99, so we'll just say $100 even for Armored Core Verdict Day on average. Now, if you shop around, right, like me, I try to like shop around. You might find it cheaper. You might find it more expensive. This is going by the average. But pretty sweet. The Armored Core games are always a little pricey when you shop for them, stuff like that. Same thing like the Transformers games and stuff like that. But they're not. I don't have a Transformer game in my list there, but they're kind of pricey, I noticed. But okay, we'll go to the next one. And make sure I don't skip one. Okay, the next one. This goes for $107.80. I know this one's gone up a little bit, but not much. But if you, like I said, if you shop around, you might be able to find it cheaper. That's Saw 2 Flesh and Blood. For a complete copy, it goes on average $107.80. Where did I pick this one up at? Did I get this at Video Game No, I have to remember where I picked this one up, but pretty sweet. Saw 2. I know this was a pricey game, and there you go. I think I played a little bit of this, and I liked it, and it was pretty sweet. But yeah, Saw 2. Now the next one, I actually got Platinum Trophy on it. I didn't have the game at the time. I got the game later, but I got the Platinum on this because PlayStation Plus had this game on there, and that is Magus. I guess this is a real dumpster fire game, and I actually played through it. But for a complete copy of this one, believe it or not, because there's not a lot of copies made, I guess, it was $109.08. So this is the average price for that one for Magus. So if you're going for a complete PlayStation 3 collection, yeah, keep in mind what these prices are, stuff like that. But Magus, it's not a very good game, but I did play it. It's playable, so I did finish it. All right, well, let's go on to the next one. Okay, well, next one will be. I'm going through my phone there for the prices. Next one will be El Chavo Kart. It took me a long time to get this game when I started taking my PS3 collecting serious. Man, it took me forever to find a decent copy of this game. This one's actually pretty decent. And for a good price for that fact. There we go. So I got lucky when I started buying PS3 games. Most of the games were not super expensive. And I know this one I didn't pay a whole crap ton for. I can go through my eBay history for this one because this is where I got this one from. I have to look it up. But I know I didn't pay the amount of money that's asking on this right here. But on the average, this one goes for $121.88 for just an average sale. It could go down, it can go up. This is for a complete copy. So just keep that in mind when you're looking around what the average goes for, whether or not you're going to throw an offer out if you're going to buy the game. But pretty sweet. Next one, I know one of these Spider-Man games, there's another one out there that I don't have, which would probably be in this collection right now. And I think it's a Walmart edition of a Spider-Man game, which I got on one of my separate lists of games that least important type deals there. If I find it, I find it. If I don't find it, it's not a big deal. But I do have a Spider-Man game in this thing here. And this one goes for $123.89. So just a little bit above El Chavo Kart. That Spider-Man Web of Shadows for a complete copy goes for $123. So basically $124 if you want to round it out. But yeah, pretty sweet. Good old Web of Spider-Man. So yeah, even the Spider-Man games, like I said, yeah, it's still creeping over $100. Yeah, but still pretty cool. Another game that people told me about that was going to be pricey. I even had people guess the game that I got, and one person in one of my comments in one of my old videos, I'll guess this one. Let me go find it real quick here. Actually, let me got a better idea because all this I can scan it with my app now because for some reason I couldn't find it on this one. All right, here we go. My app. All right, now Blaze Blue is probably that's Blaze Blue. That's my most expensive one. For some reason my my games got mixed up. Okay, I'm gonna go to this one. Okay, the next one will be Africa. Now this one went down in price. This is kind of like teetering up and down, up and down, up and down. For a while there, this game was going for $170, $180. pretty much all day long. But this one's been dropping down in price. I noticed a little bit. I even looked online a little bit, seeing it down there in the cheaper prices. But a complete copy and average goes for $145.08. So we'll say 146 for Africa complete copy. So I paid full price. This is one of my most expensive games I bought for the PlayStation 3. Now keep that in mind. I paid like about $160, $70 for this thing when I started taking PlayStation 3 collecting series. It kind of kicks myself in the butt because about a year before that I found this game at GameStop for like $60 and I should have picked it up. It was complete and everything. It was GameStop. I didn't think anything about it at the time. But there we go. That's the price for that one. Now the next one is, let me go back to my list there. So I'll go back to my statistics, go back to my games. Alright, the next one will be Blaze Blue Central Fiction. Now this one did go up in price a little bit from what I paid for it. Central Fiction is probably the most rare Blaze Blue game, I guess, on the PlayStation 3 console. This one is complete, and this one goes for $194.69 on average. I know I didn't pay that much for it. I know I paid up on it, but not that much. But keep in mind, this is pretty much the final game. The next one is not really a game, it's kind of like a demo. But for game, this is pretty much my most expensive PS3 game in my collection right here. Blaze Blue. So still creeping under $200. Now the last thing I'm going to show, I can't believe this one went up, but I could see, because if you go online, prices are up and down on this one, but there is an average. And that's 3D World created by Sony. This is the next level. This one right here, I don't think I have the manual for this one. I have to buy the manual for it. There is one. But a complete copy of this one right here, if there is a manual for it, goes for $210.32. Now, pretty sweet. Now, if there was a manual for it, I will buy the manual. The manual won't cost me that much, maybe 30, 40 bucks. Now I'll just complete this if there was one for it. So I don't think there was, but I'll look. But yeah, these are my 10 most expensive PS3 games slash demo type stuff. I'm just gonna put it 10 PS3 games in my thumbnail. So yeah, if you're gonna collect PlayStation 3, just keep in mind those are the pricey ones. I'll have to go through the 10 cheapest ones, which I have to keep the sports titles out of it. I'm not gonna put sports titles in my videos like that. I'll go through the top 10 just regular games and stuff like that. I will go through sports titles again sometime down the road. It's like, if you're gonna go for a complete collection, here's your sports titles that you need. But hey, if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you don't, give me a thumbs down. Comment down below. Do you collect PS3 games? What's your most expensive PS3 game you got in your collection? I know someone's got to have that NBA Elite 11 that watches my channel. Show it to me. I want to see it. Well, let me know in the comments below. Make sure you subscribe, hit the bell icon, and I'll check y'all in the next video. Bye. Fun times indeed, everybody.